Just a quick screen and sound check before we start.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
Oh, there we go. Steam's kind of delayed on my end. Right, so we are good. Good evening, guys, and we are back for another Friday night run. No, not Friday night run. Kind of missed that though. Force of habit, but hopefully we get those back soon. But rather Friday classics. And tonight we are doing a PlayStation 1 classic this time. Hence, I'm not on the simulator. I am sitting on my desktop side because my gaming setup is basically I have the sim on the right and then the desktop on the left. But yeah, here we are for a PlayStation 1 Classic R4 or Ridge Racer Type 4. This one's considered to be one of the first Gran Turismo rivals. I remember reading a magazine back then. It was poised to be a Gran Turismo killer, but not really because this game had a different approach to racing. It stuck to its original Ridge Racer formula that they've started in 1994, where you have these fast sweeping tracks and ridiculously fast cars at times, whereas Gran Turismo set the stage for sim racing as we know it today. So, without further ado, we are going to start the Grand Prix mode. I have disabled the background music just to be safe from copyright, and I streamed early. This will be a quick stream. We'll just do one Grand Prix walkthrough with my choice of team because I have to sleep early for a travel tomorrow at the track. But yeah, so let's get things started. One last sound check before we go.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
So the sounds a little bit off. And what happened? Oh, just starting menus off. So we're gonna have
Ridge Racer Type 4.
just gonna have to tune the sound a little. Someone's calling fudge. Hang on. The game audio, where is it? Yeah, it's already maxed, so nothing we can do about it, I think. So we're going back into the game. Sorry, I cannot answer the call at the moment. Right, so Grand Prix mode it is. And this is one of the first games where it's not the X button, it's the circle button. Right, so welcome to the Real Racing Roots 99 Grand Prix. This intro sequence basically walks you through what you need to accomplish in the championship. Basically, you have first and second heats, which are preliminary races, and then you have the final Grand Prix, which are four races. Basically, in the four races, you have to finish first. In the first heat, you have to finish within the podium. Second heat, you have to finish within the top two. And then the final Grand Prix, you have to finish first in all of the four races because it sets pretty much the story depending on the team that you choose. And there are four teams you could choose from here. There's the famous RT Solvalu or Solvalu. I am not exactly sure how you pronounce that correctly. You have Pac-Man Racing Team (PRC), which is the mascot team for Namco Pac-Man. Then you have Micro Mouse Mappy, the beginner team, French-based, and then you have the RT Dig Racing Team, which is the most handicapped of the four teams. So yeah, we'll skip this intro. It had a weird configuration for the cutscenes. You have to press start to skip. So we are now going to choose our team. Cedric Allen Conde, good luck, good luck. No, thanks. Thank you for the support, but this is just a Friday Classic stream, but thank you for the good wishes. Alright, so we are now going to choose our team. Like I mentioned earlier, there's Micromouse Mappy, or just call it Mappy team. Then you have Pac-Man, then you have RT Solvalu, and DRTs on the first part. Basically, the cars are arranged according to their performance. So DRT is on the first part, but at the same time, tuning is basically their difficulty. So tuning for Micromouse Map is easy. Tuning for Pac-Man Racing Team is normal, and then the tuning for RT Solvalu is hard. Basically, difficulty is hard, but you have the fastest car. And then DRT, you have the hardest difficulty but the slowest car, so that's kind of a twist in this game. I'm going to go for RT Solvalo just because their livery is so cool, so iconic. Ernest Guevara, classic. Yep, classic it is. And without the BGM, basically the garage sequences are kind of boring, but with the BGM there's a background music that you would be able to hear, but of course we have to disable the background music just to be safe on copyright. And here we have forgot his name. Enki Gilbert, and he expects the team to win the Grand Prix. As a matter of course, our drivers must always demonstrate the ability to win the race, as with most other professional teams. Now, don't dwell it too much, son. Just do what I say and you'll be fine. What? Do you have any objections? Good. Okay. Now we're going to choose our manufacturer, or the car we would like. Basically, you only have four manufacturers, but each manufacturer has like 30 cars each. So we have Assoluto, the Italian manufacturer, Lizard, American, Terazi, Japanese, and Age Solo, French. Now, Basically, there are also two handling models for this game. We have the drift and the grip. Now, Ridge Racer is known for its drift handling, so we will definitely choose one of the drift cars. But we will also get to try the grip in another playthrough. I think this is one of the games where I could do multiple Friday Classics run because we want to try and unlock as many cars as possible from the different teams as well. So for this one, we are going for Assoluto. Yeah, so just look at that livery. The dominant silver or gray, and then you have the blue and white stripe. Love it. And you have the choice of automatic and manual. I'll probably go for manual on the first race, but I don't even know what's the upshift button. By the way, I am playing it with the Xbox controller on PC. So yeah, I've chosen Asoloto. The tail ends of this manufacturer's card have a tendency to slide based on your steering and accelerator input, which is basically pointing out the drift capability of the car. Right, so we are going straight to the first race. And in the car data, you can basically change back to automatic or manual. So we'll start with manual for now. Let's just guess which button is for the option. I'm assuming it's uh the trigger buttons. Alright, so let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's showtime!
The only annoying part of R4 is that every time you start a race, you have to manually select the view. It's not like most modern racing games where it sticks to whatever view you have. Right, so the first tight corner. There we go. That's a drift. By the way, I am in the voice chat of the Legion of Racers Discord. If you guys would like to hang out and discuss stuff while I'm streaming. I don't want to hit the wall too because look how much time we've lost there. And we only have 2 laps in this race, so we have to be careful. Ah, come on, DRT. The AI here isn't really AI because they all follow a particular path.
Yeah, it's a new record! Okay, this is the final lap. Keep your cool. Total lift off!
Basically, we have the fastest car in the grid. So, Pac-Man, hello. And just look how ridiculously high the grades are in this tunnel. A little bit of stuttering there, but it's nothing serious. And I can feel the Pac-Man car is just right behind us, so I think there's a little bit of a rubber banding with the AI.
It's the final stretch! Start! Finish!
Right, so that's the first race done. P1. Still have a kind of a good feeling for this game because it's one of the games I played a lot during my PlayStation 1 days, especially during summer. When I get tired of Gran Turismo, I would go for another racing game, even though I've already completed the career mode. And another thing special about R4 is the garage sequences. the team boss will have a different dialogue depending on where you finish. Like right now, right here, he seems to be pleased on the first win. But if we placed P2 or P3, he's going to have a different dialogue. I think we can try that on the next race. We're going to hold P2 and just see how the dialogue changes. Nowhere bringing out the true potential of this machine, really. Also, I believe your placing in the races also affects what cars you unlock. Right, so manual transmission isn't really that bad, so we are going to continue with it. And I still make the habit of pressing the X button uh, as you would on a PlayStation to accept, but no, it's the circle button back then. Even though this game is made available in the US, it still considers the circle
Three,
button as the
two,
accept button.
go! Here we go! It's showtime! 2 laps to go.
Again, when you're in third person view, you don't get the mirror, but first person view you get. So let's try the first person view for now. It's also worth noting that R4 didn't come out with an arcade cabinet of its own. Ah, nice. Just about tight there. Cockpit view's not bad as well. To step on the brakes there and step on the brakes again, downshift a little. Or rather, press the brake on the controller. You know what, I'll just stick to this view. Overtake on the outside. Quite a move there. I gotta be honest, disabling the BGM in this game, if you're playing it as it is without streaming, it's boring. You don't get to hear the sounds, but sadly we have to disable it just to be safe from copyright. Grass really didn't really slow you down at all in this game. Didn't get it right this time, but we're still in attack range, should be good. Anyway, as I was saying, the races are boring without the background music, but yeah, had to disable it to be safe from copyright. Thinking on the next Friday Classic stream, we are going for this game again, but we're going for the DRT, the expert team. We should have done that tonight though, but I just want to do a quick fun stream. Gonna go for this again next week, definitely. This game has a good replay value, considering you only have one type of career mode, which is pretty much the same races every now and then, but you have like 4 teams and 4 different manufacturers to play around with. So good replay value for this game released back in 1998. Just after Gran Turismo 1. Right, so More story mode again. I forgot to hold second place there, so another first place. I'd like to congratulate you, but this kind of result is expected for an RTS driver, of course, because RTS is like the top team, the boss team. Quality of the race rather than the ranking itself. You may have been able to squeeze by on the first heat with your instincts, but that won't work during the second heat. Right. So, get to save the game, but probably skip it for now because you just want to do all of the races in one go just to showcase the game. And for the second heat, we get a new car. Again, this game, the cars in this game are unlocked based on the results of each individual race. So a P1 and P1 gives you this car for this manufacturer, a P1 and P2 or a P1 and P3, basically a mix of results, or a P2 and P3 gives you a different car. I believe a P3 and P3 for Heat 1 will give you the exact same chassis but with a slightly upgraded maximum speed and handling. So stick to manual. It's not that bad. Although back in the day I used to play it all the way using automatic. Decided to get a new car for the next heat. Set to run at maximum speed. Right. Blah blah blah. The real story starts at the final heat because you get to understand the characters and the teams better. And pardon the background noise. Uh, Grandmother having her rosary at the moment. And Ridge Racer is known for their urban tracks, in contrast to Gran Turismo's circuit-based.
Here we go. Three laps to go.
Only 5 gears this time. This is one of the racing games where you have to time in your turn-ins, right? Because if you do it too late, you will not get the right speed or not get the right line coming out of a corner or going through the corner. And this is the kind of handling Ridge Racer is pretty much known for, the drift handling. Like, you can just stay at 5th gear all the way for this course and not have to worry about downshifting from there. Although there are some courses where it will be a little bit technical.
It's a new record. Two laps to go.
I still pretty much know the tracks by heart as well. That's how long that's how young I've played this game. I played this game at 6 years old, 7 years old in the original PlayStation 1. And Ridge Racer would not be complete without the tunnels, of course. Because the first Ridge Racer also had a tunnel.
Take care of the cruiser.
Just
It's a new record. Okay, it's the final lap. Keep it cool.
well, there's P1 already, so this car, for its difficulty, not really much of a challenge. But when you get to DRT on the next Friday Classics, especially on the last few races, it's a test of precision on basically all of the cars. I would just like to greet my father at the moment because I am streaming, but yeah. I think Papa's watching as well, so hello Papa, I'll call you later. Wrap up the stream at around 8:30. Hopefully we get to finish all of the races by then. And we get to make our team boss happy again. Now he's smiling finally. He achieved great results without bowing to pressure from your competition. Final race of this heat is coming up, so let's just quickly go through it. Also, this game basically just had five different locations compared to Gran Turismo 6 or 7. The Gran Turismo 1 back in the day.
2, 1, go! Here we go! It's showtime! 3 laps to go!
The only thing I'm not yet familiar in this game is how to do like that rocket launch start. Because I see some YouTube videos showing how to quickly accelerate out of the line. Although what I do notice is that they shift into high gear at the grid, and then when it's about to go green, like there's a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, go. When it goes to 1, basically reduce the throttle a little bit just so it doesn't, or rather it is at maximum torque, at least as far as this car is concerned. Quite a narrow track this time.
It's a new record! 2 laps to go!
Look at that, 5th gear at that corner all the way. It's just impossible. Only Ridge Racer things. Let's try it again. This corner, not quite. We hit the wall on the inside. It's actually one of the tightest corners in the game. I'm not sure where to go because that big racing team's in the way. We're now in P3. We still need to make up 2 positions. Yeah, 5th gear at that corner all the way. How apt. Now where is P1?
It's a new record! Okay, this is the final lap. Keep it cool.
There he is.
So move it off!
Ah, now we hit the inside wall. And now the Pac-Man car is rubber banding. I can hear the engine from here. By the way, I cannot see who gets to like in the video, but I can see some of my friends watching.
It's the final
Hope you are enjoying the stream. Helicopter flying low. And yet another P1. So we get the best car for the final heat. The career mode races here are kind of short, but they are basically equal to like one championship race in Gran Turismo. We have a reaction, whoever that is. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for giving a heart on the stream. Save game? No, not this time. So we are now in the final Grand Prix, the final heat, and yet another new car. Ridge Racer is known for its ridiculously complex looking cars, I would say. Like, cars are out of this world, or rather, back in the 90s, these are big, these cars are pretty much like the early versions of uh, the Vision Gran Turismo cars we see in GT Sport and GT7 today. That just goes to show how Namco is really creative back in the day. Then again, these cars are also unlicensed. These are fictional, so they can pretty much do whatever they want on the cars. Like which one example is the ones that we'll see on the actual final race, because the final race is kind of a special thing. So stick to manual. Justin Paul Lauron, hello bro, it's been a while. What's up bro? Thank you for stopping by the stream. Musta ka na? I decided to get a new car for the final Grand Prix. I chose the highest performance car I could get at this time to give you the power you need to excel. Of course, RT Solvalu. Naturally, the car will require considerable skills to master. The other teams have also upgraded to new cars, so the competition will be more than ready. It's funny how the teams in R4, even though they're on the losing end, you'll see that they've upgraded to the same similar spec car. And Phantom Mile, oh dear. I'm not sure how exactly this race will go, because I remember playing this game when I was still young, still fresh in Ridge Racer series, and this course pretty much was a struggle back in the day. Partly because one of the corners here is kind of tight. If you take it wrong, if you take the wrong line, you can hear your car redlining, and that is basically going to lose you time. Okay lang bro, it's been a while since bumisita kami dyan. Haha, shout out kay tita. Yeah, shout out to my grandmother as well here, who is having her rosary at the moment. So, yeah, so we are going to continue on. I haven't checked on my other channels yet though, but we seem to be getting traction on the racecast at the moment. I'll check on the other comments after the last race of the final Grand Prix. One of the cars there looked like the 1960s F1 car.
1, go!
Ah, bugged down. Not good. Couldn't do the glitch.
3 laps to go.
3 laps at a very short course. It's pretty much the problem in this track. You can hear the car already over revving. This is the corner, critical one. And we got it right. 6th gear. Just a drift. Yeah, I think it shouldn't be a problem, but when I was young, this course was a headache.
It's a new record. 2 laps.
6 gears on this car. Shouldn't be a problem. Kind of an understeery car, this one. Almost over revved it there. Come on. Ah, almost hit the wall there, but thankfully safe.
It's a new record. Okay, this is keep it cool. Take care of this loser.
And there we go, P1. Now we just have to stay safe. That sweeper inside the shopping mall was one of the headaches I had back then.
It's the final stretch. Florida.
Ah, that went well. Justin Paul Laron says, nagustuhan ko yung racing game which is Ridge Racer 5 back in the day. He says he enjoyed Ridge Racer 5. That was back in the PlayStation 2, and I believe that also... No, I think Ridge Racer 5 had its own arcade machine somewhere. It was just Ridge Racer 4 that didn't have. Because I think back in 1998, Namco was still making good money out of the original Ridge Racer machines. And now, the final Grand Prix, we get to see the stories of each team in bigger depth. Like, he's reading a newspaper about Team Mappy. And again, final Grand Prix, you have to finish in first place, no lower than that, because that sets the story for the rest of the Grand Prix. Thankfully, the garage sequences are not that big. Not that long, rather. Sa SM North, bro, nandun yung arcade machine noon bago napalit ng Maximum Tune, right? Right. Before Ridge Racer, or rather, after Ridge Racer came Maximum Tune, and that became the moneymaker for Namco in the arcades. So SM North had the Ridge Racer 5 machine. Interesting. I wonder where it is now, though. Although, I remember seeing a Ridge Racer 1 machine in Isetan Recto, as well as Farmers here in Cubao. I got to try it 6 years ago before they pulled it out because nobody was playing arcades anymore.
Here we go. It's showtime. 3 laps to go.
Oh, Mappy, get out of the way! Ridge Racer in its weird courses. And I believe this next corner is going to be a headache as well because it's so tight coming from a jump. And there was a car right in front of me. I had to get past it. I'll check the comment on the next straight. From what I know, maximum tune na lang sa time zone Trinoma. Yep. I think it's only the maximum tune arcades, and I'm not sure if they got to upgrade the initial D arcades. Last time I was in Trinoma, I think they had initial D arcade stage 8, or was it 7? Again, Mappy in the way. Yeah, thankfully it's still lap 2 and we are in sight of that P1. Okay, now he's increasing his pace. Hello? Come on. And yep, we're now in P1 as always in this game. Oh, red line, gotta be careful. That might cost us time. That's the problem I had back in the day.
Stretched. Smart. Finish.
And I just realized we were racing on a runway. Runway isn't really that wide, which explains why the airplanes were landing on the adjacent runway to the left. Justin says, hindi ko pa nakita yon. Probably pag nakalabas ako at sana nandun pa yung Time Crisis 5. Biggest plot twist of the story. Naalala ko na naman yung nung naglaro tayo dun sa SM North, yung yung Time Crisis 5. I remember, yeah, I was with Paul, Justin Lauron one time, and he nearly ran out of time after he died in one of the attempts. Thankfully, I was there, running to his to the machine and giving him the coins to put back in the, put back in the machine. Two perfect wins in a row. Your driving skills are so good, it almost frightens me. May sound ludicrous, but I am really afraid. It is true that I have been searching for the perfect race, but this perfection will take it all that is important away from me. I have been unable to escape this fear ever since Yazaki reappeared. So Yazaki is the owner of the PRC team, the red and yellow car. Two remaining races. I'm not ordering you to win them. Whatever you do, don't push yourself over the edge. I beg you. 3 seconds na lang, bro. I'm here. Good times, good times. So each course has its own name, but basically there were only like 4 locations. Yokohama, New York, Fukuoka, and then the last race will be at a unique location. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream at the moment. Sorry if the game is a little bit too quiet at times because we had to disable the background music.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's showtime!
A little bit of a burnout there. Now it gets challenging. Some of the corners we have to really brake and downshift. Tight corner coming up. Okay, so the downshift upsets the drift. So we had to like wait for the straight before downshifting. It's not like you could downshift as you would in most sim racing games today. Just have to let the car drift and then check your speed if you need to downshift. P5 at the moment coming into lap 2, not looking good. Gotta keep it cleaner. Ah, teammate! So as I was saying earlier, the AI isn't really AI here. The opponent cars are following a set path. So you just have the responsibility of going through them is all up to you. Just like that, the car just turned in on me. There we go. We didn't downshift this time, but we still kind of approached the corner a little bit too fast. One more car to go.
Yeah, it's a new record. Okay, this is the final lap. Keep your cool.
Where is he? There he is. Ah!
Take care of this loser.
I wonder what's happening with Namco though. I mean, they haven't released a new Ridge Racer in years. They haven't released Time Crisis 5 in the arcades, or rather in the console yet, because Time Crisis 5 has been there in the arcades already, but it hasn't seen a console release. Ridge Racer hasn't released since 2012 from after Unbounded. No, 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 no.
It's the final stretch. Flirt.
Oh, great. Distracted myself.
Better luck next time.
So we're gonna have to redo the race. And one thing about R4 is you don't get to restart the race simply by pausing and then click on restart. Here, you either retire and then go to this menu. It's either you retry or you end the Grand Prix, and you only get a few chances. So this chance right here is pretty much your equivalent to the tokens in the arcade. I'm seeing some people liking from the Luis Moreno Sim Racing fan
3,
page. I'll get back to
2,
you guys
1,
shortly.
go! Here we go. It's showtime. 3 laps to go.
Alright, I think we have a better chance now.
It's a new
Got ahead
record.
of our teammate much earlier now. Right, so we got past Mappy earlier as well. Oh, this car had a drift hat.
Yeah, it's a new record. Okay, this is the final lap. Keep your cool. Take care of this loser.
Those tight corners are a problem. And the car didn't want to drift that time. Come on. Car wouldn't want to understeer. But I think we can still get him. He's slow in this section. Yep, we got it.
It's the final stretch. Start. Finish.
Justin says, I'm still waiting for the arcade version of the House of the Dead 1 and 2 remake. Not exactly updated into horror games. Not because not because they're scary, because I don't find horror games scary. The problem is sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, which is why I preferred racing games over horror games like Resident Evil. I mean, the first time I tried a Resident Evil game, I had no idea I was going like, uh, and back then we didn't have manuals on how to play the game, so we have to guess how the controls are and all that. So yeah, we're on to the final race. And just before the final race, you get one more car, which is pretty much, well, not exactly the ultimate car in the game, but it is the fastest the teams can provide you. Because the rest of the other cars can be unlocked through the other modes we will explore on the next Friday Classics run. And the car name is Squalo. This Squalo has been a common name in the 90s. Like, you get the Squalo car in this game. You get the Squalo character from Final Fantasy, was it 7 or 8? I'm not exactly well versed in Final Fantasy. And Squalo is also the name of the boat in the Grand Theft Auto series. Right, so one last race before we wrap up the stream, and I could oh, hit the start button by accident. We were supposed to check the story, but yeah, let's just go. Now, the final race is on a less technical track. But the thing is, you have a really, really fast car, and you cannot. I think this is the race where you cannot lift at all. Because the race is set on the New Year's Eve of 1999. Or rather, going into 2000. Yep, this is the course where you cannot lift at all. A little bit of a lift there, just so the car would not drift. Have to be careful. Oh, and the last race is set on Los Angeles, of all places. Let's look at the car, 200 miles an hour flat out. No lift there. 203, 205 miles an hour. 4 laps to go. Not going anywhere below 300 kilometers an hour. This game is in miles an hour because it's one of the releases for the US market. But even though the game is released in the US, it's still set for circle and the controller to accept the as the accept button or the OK button. I wonder how this I wonder how this game would have felt with a wheel. Sadly didn't get an arcade version of it, as I've mentioned earlier.
It's a new record.
I think
Okay,
we
this
can
is the
go for a
final lap.
bonus
Keep your
race just
cool.
to show you the bonus modes before we wrap up the stream. A few of the cars here look like Le Mans prototypes, like the Mappy car up
It's
ahead.
the final stretch. Forward. Finish.
Yep, that's the last race of the Grand Prix. Of the Grand Prix mode rather, not the last race of the Grand Prix, because normally we think of Grand Prix as one race, but here Grand Prix is a set of races. And yeah, we get the trophy. Oh, by the way, the trophy in Ridge Racer Type 4 varies depending on the team you participate. Now, this trophy is specific to if you win the Grand Prix mode on RT Solvalu team, RTS. And we got to fulfill his perfect race dream. We showed him that it was possible. Yeah, so that's how quick the Grand Prix mode is if you go with one team. But then again, we have four teams and four different manufacturers, so the replayability of this game is far greater than what is uh, what is thought to be out of the box. Now, the epilogue shows you basically the story of each team. And the credits will basically be boring because you don't have background music. The background music in this game also affects the cutscene, so we'll just skip through that. Let's check on some comments first on the other fan pages before we proceed with the bonus races.
R4.
Let's check on YouTube first. Pretty quiet on YouTube. Let's go to my fan page. We have two comments from my fan page, also from Ernest Guevara, a Ridge Racer Classic. Yeah, so we'll just do one bonus race before we wrap up the stream. I think it's somewhere
Ridge Racer.
there. The extra trial. The extra trial gets unlocked when you complete the Grand Prix mode under any team. So we'll go for Assoluto because that's the one we won. And I think we'll use this car just to be safe. But I think it depends on the car you choose. It just gives you a random track, and I don't know what opponent we're facing.
Three, two,
And what car
one,
is that?
go. Here we go. 3 laps to go.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Ridge Racer is known for their weird sounding and weird looking cars. And sometimes the controls of this game can be really funny. There, you could actually restart on these extra trials.
Two, one, go! Here we go! 3 laps to go.
Question is our car good enough to handle that weird looking car up ahead? No, we're gonna need a more powerful car than this one. So basically, it's not a random course, it's just one course for the entire trial. And you have to beat that opponent up ahead to unlock something. So we're gonna have to bring out the bigger car. Change trial, yes. Okay, Assoluto trial. And basically go for the most powerful car we have in our arsenal. Yeah, same track, so we're going to be facing the same car.
Three, two, one, go! Here we go! 3 laps to go.
Yeah, that car ahead is just flying.
Two laps to go.
Yeah, we can get him on the straight, but we have to be careful in the corners. Not sure what. Car behind sounds like a frigging spaceship. Right, so let's see if we could hold this lead.
Okay, this is the final lap.
Gotta stay off the walls. Uh-oh. He's there. Oh, that's a good exit. I think we're safe. Ah, that sound, especially if you're in a headset or a modern headset, you can hear the car behind you until it is there. Final stretch. Flooring it. There we go. Absolute trial done. Right, so that is Ridge Racer Type 4. We'll be having more of this again next week. We got an extra car. I wonder what car did we get. I have to check it on the garage. So we want to save the game from here because we'll be continuing our journey next week with this game. Also, I'm not sure if I'll be going for F1 2022 because I won't get it until Monday. I went for the basic version because there's not really much benefit from the Champions Edition other than you get to play it early. But yeah, I might try F1 next week. I don't know. But anyways, that is it for Ridge Racer Type 4 LOR Friday Classics, and gonna have to go ahead now because I have a journey to the track tomorrow. So I gotta bounce early. So I will see you guys again next week. So have a happy weekend and bye bye for now. Good night, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Thank you to those who have watched our stream tonight. And yeah, see you guys again next week. Bye bye.